281. That is crazy. Team that you might see in that tournament, the Lady Vikings tonight at 2-2. What kind of information, how many games, other games have you seen, or are we just going in working on your team tonight?
Yeah, no, we're very familiar with JVC. It seems like we play them 3 times a year, between season, 281 and regions. So, yeah, they got a good team. I know their record isn't the best right now. It's maybe 2-2, but they play some good teams. They really have, and they have some players there. They got a couple 3-year starters, and I think this is a big year for Robinson and Gertz taking a leap forward there. So we're definitely looking forward to the challenge and trying to make things difficult for them tonight.
And then, as I mentioned, the 281, man, I can't believe it's here already. But just talk a little bit about the 281 as a conference. I mean, it should be a fairly good tournament.
I think it really is. Sanborn and Springs are sitting there with 1 loss. You got JVC in the mix, and Iroquois Lake Preston is playing some really good basketball. So I think it's wide open. I found that in the class this year. I see Hitchcock take Sanborn to 2-point game. Well, Sanborn could be a 1 seed, and Hitchcock could be a 7 seed. I mean, I think it's very competitive this year, and we're definitely looking forward. It's always a good time and competitive, and looking forward for that to get going.
Real good. Thanks for joining us, Coach. Good luck in the game, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks, man.
Coach Josh McGilvery there, head coach of the Warbird girls. We'll send it back to the studios. We'll come back, talk to Coach Robinson. We're getting ready for our first of 2, a girl-boy doubleheader. Wolsey Wessington at James Valley Christian. Coach Robinson next on KOKK.
Stop into Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey today for some good food, good drinks, and great time. Shooter's has new hours. They're open Monday through Friday, 3 to close, with the kitchen open 4 to 10. Shooter's is now open Saturdays, noon to close, with a lunch special and appetizers available noon to 4. Be sure to follow their Facebook page to find the weekly special and any drink specials they may be having. You can still get all their normal menu items like their delicious ribeye dinner and, of course, Shooter's famous homemade pizzas 4 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Make your next stop at Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey.
Onward Wolsey Business Association supports all activities of Wolsey Wessington School. Onward Wolsey includes 281 Travel Center, Roll and Wheel Restaurant, American Trust Insurance, American Bank and Trust, Buzzin' Coffee, McGilvery Heating and Cooling, Mid-Dakota, Pullman Well Drilling, and Cane Creek Outfitters. Best of luck to the Warbirds from Onward Wolsey Business Association.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to the pregame show on 1210 KOKK, live from James Valley Christian School tonight as Wolsey Wessington rolls in for a girl-boy doubleheader. We talked to Coach McGilvery. Right now we sit down with the hometown head girls basketball coach, Krista Robinson, and I guess hometown in here on everybody in the area, and we'll talk to you about that, Krista, with the 281 coming up. First of all, thanks for joining us. 2-3 on the season, and we were just talking about it, so we'll get back into it. A tough start to the year. Those 3 losses are to some pretty tough teams.
Yeah, Mr. Hofer usually doesn't do me any favors and schedules some pretty tough games right off the bat. We picked up Groton this year, and they're an A school. That was our first game this year, lost by 1 in overtime. They're a scrappy team. It was a great learning experience for us to open up with a game like that. Then we went into the Ethan game. We were down by 4 going into the 4th quarter. They're number 5 in the state right now. Had to foul at the end, ended up losing by 13, but it was a close game the whole way. And then at the Hearing Classic here, we picked up on number 2, Lyman, which we lost by 6. We're right there with these good teams, and we just kind of need to get over that hill. But we've played some tough basketball already. We've had some great learning experiences already, and the girls have taken leaps and bounds in these tough situations. So I'm looking forward to now as we get into conference tournament, Hanson Classic, that, we've had some tough games to prepare us, and I think we're ready.
Well, and you joke about the schedule, but obviously you want to play the best teams. You want to play the best to be the best, right?
Yeah, my dad always told me from the get-go, if you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best. So, I always tell the girls, give them to us. Let's go. Let's see what we're made of, and it's going to help us learn. If not, make us better. And, if we can knock them off, that's even better yet. But, everyone wants to be number 1, well, you better be playing all the good teams to be that number 1.
Taking a look at your team, familiar names. You've got kind of your core group is back.
Yep, we do. We have our core group. They've been playing for quite a long time with Kaylee and Rihanna Hood and Alexa Gertz. Then you got 2 freshmen now that we're starting. They've been around the program for a while, too. And we just kind of have a good core nucleus, and we have a lot of young girls that are eager to play, and they're hungry, and they work hard. So we kind of have another good group of, we have the experience, the youthfulness, and just a lot of athletic, smart girls right now.
You got a team across from you tonight, the Warbirds, coming in at 1-5. I don't think that's necessarily representative of this team. I think they got a lot of good pieces. They got a lot of scorers. They just haven't been able to put it together yet. Yeah, they've had some close games here, and they kind of basically had to start over when you lose their big three from last year, and now they're each kind of finding different roles. And sometimes it takes a while to get going to find those roles, but once they find those roles, they're definitely going to start rolling. Talk a little bit before we let you go about the 281. It's next week. First of all, how is it already next week? But talk about the girls 281 a little bit. Yeah, we always say, December goes so slow when it comes to games because our schedule is pretty open in December. And then once we hit January, it just flies by. And once you hit conference tournament time, it's kind of the mid-season point. But, conference tournament, you kind of have your front runners a little bit, but you have some teams that are putting up some numbers right now that are being pretty scrappy. You're like Preston. They've been playing pretty well. Highmore Herald's always a good team. You can't count them out because Mike Green's a great coach, and you got Sanborn Central that's got some athletes. So I think it's going to be a nice little tournament again this year. Real good. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Coach. Good luck in the game, and, we'll be talking to you down the road. Thank you. Chris Robinson there, head coach of the Lady Vikings. Let's send it back to the studios, and we'll be ready for tip-off in our first to two. Still to come officials, starting lineups, and tip-off. Remember, both games of a girl-boy doubleheader tonight. Wolsey Wessington at James Valley Christian. Girls tip-off next on KOKK.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the son. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider, 458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to James Valley Christian School. Matt Watson live here tonight as we get set for a doubleheader between Wolsey Wessington and James Valley Christian. Taking a look here at our officials for tonight's game. As always, our reading of the officials is brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Tonight, James Benning, Doug Rusink, and Abby Simpson. Again, our law on the floor tonight. James Benning, Doug Rusink, and Abby Simpson. That's your law on the floor. And as always, the officiating crew brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. And taking my time here because I think we are going to take a break right away for the national anthem. And then we'll come back, take a look at our starting lineups, and we'll be ready for our first to two. As we mentioned, James Valley Christian wins the girls' JV game 29-23. Wolsey Wessington wins the boys 34-30. Talk more about that after a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem. We're back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports on 1210. KO.
Out before checkout. 1 in 4 people who reported losing money to fraud since 2021 said it started on social media. If you follow your favorite businesses on social media to get updates about upcoming events and promotions, you're not the only one. Scammers are watching too, and they may hijack legit businesses' giveaways and promotions to try to get your personal and financial information. Contact the South Dakota Attorney General's Office of Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Vern's Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate-dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
Dakota Sports.
And welcome back to James Valley Christian School. North Edge of Huron getting set for a 281 conference matchup here. Just a week or so ahead of the 281 conference tournament getting underway. A couple of teams that will both participate in that. The Lady Vikings, the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds. The Warbird girls come in tonight at 1-5. They're coming off a loss Tuesday in Miller, a game that we saw on Dakota Sports, and a game that you heard me tell Coach McGilvery they got it put together at a few points in the ball game, but it was only 3 or 4 times, and it was only for a minute or two stretch. So when this team gets their identity figured out and what they're trying to do here, I think they're going to be pretty dangerous. We'll take a look at McGilvery and the Warbird girls. Off the bench, Maria Nelson, Kenley Hooks, Taylor Eichstead, Riley Peterson, Timber Hayter, Peyton Peterson, and Anna Carmona. McGilvery will start. Number 3, 5'8" senior Peyton Chemnitz. Number 10, 5'6" freshman Shea Utek. Number 12, 5'11" junior Macy Washachek. Number 13, 5'7" sophomore Kendall Utek. To number 14, 5'6" senior Laney Utek. So Utek, Washachek, Chemnitz. They'll wear the black unis with the gold numbers. For Krista Robinson and the James Valley Christian Vikings, 2-3, not where they wanted to be after 5 games, but a very tough schedule to start the year. Hoping to get into their stride here before the 281. Off the bench, Daryl Franson, Laney Gertz, J.C. Whiff, Andy Franson, Braylon Hood, and Maggie Decker. Starting 5 for Robinson, number 4, 5'9" freshman Addison Knight, number 12, 5'6" senior Rayana Hood, number 20, 5'9" junior Kaylee Robinson, number 21, 5'10" freshman Addison Bartholow, and number 23, 5'9" junior Alexa Gertz. Knight, Hood, Robinson, Bartholow, and Gertz for the Homestown Vikings. Wear the white unis with the yellow numbers. As always, the reading of the officials brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Tonight, James Benning, Doug Rusink, and Abby Simpson, your law on the floor in this matchup here between Wolsey Wessington and James Valley Christian. Center circle full, Addison Knight there, Macy Washachek there. Just awaiting the whistle, and we will be underway at JVC. The tip is up into the backcourt. Peyton Chemnitz will take over, and the Warbirds will get the first look. On the right wing, it's Utek. That's Laney out there on the wing right side. And again, they made my job easy this year. It's always to Utek or from Utek. I think I'm getting them down for first names. Here's Laney with a step back 3. No good. Rebounded by James Valley Christian. Alexa Gertz on the board. Go the other way with the Vikings in the paint. Back outside. Here's a 3 by Robinson. That one off the heel. Pops all the way out to the free throw line. And Hood will chase down the board. So another look here for the Vikings. Gertz looks at 3. Won't fire. Right corner for Knight. Addison looking inside. And hitting the deck is Addison Bartholow. And no whistle on a foul. The whistle for a travel. So a turnover back to Wolsey Wessington. And we'll see who will strike first here with 7:17 to play in the first quarter. The Vikings going to go full court pressure. Shea Utek to the backcourt across the timeline to Peyton Chemnitz. Peyton, nice leave off to Washachek, who can't finish it. Rebound Vikings. Gertz the other way. Alexa going all the way to the basket off the window. It's good. Alexa Gertz coast to coast for the first 2 of the game. Trapped in the backcourt is Laney Utek. Got to get rid of it. Fires it over Chemnitz's head and into the backcourt, and Hood will chase it down. The Vikings will have a chance to get a 2-basket lead early. Down in the right corner, they get it to Gertz. Swings it up top to Robinson. Hood on the wing left side, back to Robinson. Not going to fire the 3. Lobs it into Addison Knight. Knight back outside. Here's a 3 from Gertz, and that one halfway down the can and rattles out. Rebound Laney Utech, and Laney back across the timeline as the Warbirds try to get one on the board. Shea Utech top of the key, right wing now for Chemnitz. Peyton will take over at the top of the half circle with 6:15 to play in quarter number 1. Here's a lane violation on Wolsey Wessington, and the Vikings will get it back again. JV scores. Mirror Family Hair Care brings us our scoreboard updates. Wolsey Wessington, James Valley Christian tonight. In the JV, the Vikings win 29-23. Warbirds got a win on the boys' side, 34-30. So the Viking girls take the JV win, and now the varsity trying to match that. Here's another Gertz three. No good. Rebounded by Laney Utech. Utech working off the screen from Shea across the timeline. Leaves it off in the right corner for Kendall. Back up top to Shea. Drives all the way to the basket. Can't quite finish it off, but they say that's because Addison Knight got her on the arm, and the first foul on James Valley Christian. Oh, and they didn't even call it on Knight. See who they did call it on. And now they're going to change the call, and it is going to be Addison Knight's first. First free throw of the night is up and in for the freshman Utech. Shea, the 5'6" guard. She'll get the Warbirds on the board. One more two from the line, and we are tied at 2. 5:43 to play opening quarter. And James Valley Christian. Remember, both games of a girl-boy doubleheader coming up. Here's another Robinson three. That one no good. Long rebound, and Hood has another offensive board. Gertz inside to Knight. Knight triple team. Knocked away. Peyton Chemnitz racing the other end. Chemnitz on the left wing. Still on the dribble. Leaves it out to Laney Utech. Utech guarded by Rihanna Hood. Out to the top of the key. 5:15 left first quarter. Tied at 2. Matchup that we just might see a rematch of next week or the following in the 281. Oh, and Chemnitz all the way to the basket for the basket and one. See who the foul is on this time, as that'll be the second on James Valley Christian. Chemnitz getting ready for free throws here as changes here for Wolsey Wessington as Maria Nelson comes in. Macy Washachek checks out. The foul shot for Chemnitz is good. Warbirds 3 of 3 early from the line. That foul, by the way, was on Alexa Gertz. It's her first. So 5-2 the Warbirds lead. A 5-0 run by Wolsey Wessington. Vikings trying to answer. Here's a three from Hood, and that one is good. So Rihanna Hood will knot us up at 5, and now a ball knocked away. Addie Knight's going to come away with that, and the Vikings will get the turnover. Gertz, a corner three, and the Vikings have the lead. And they're going to call this a 2 for Gertz, but still a lead for the Vikings of 7-5. We'll get a McGilvery timeout with 4:40 to play in the opening quarter. 7-5 Vikings. We'll take a 30-second break. Back in 30 on KOKK.
Do you know what your cattle are eating? Are they growing like you expect? At Dakota Land Feeds, their experienced feed consultants can help you be sure your cattle are getting everything they need to perform and what will help you increase your bottom line. Let Dakota Land Feeds help formulate the right ration to fit the needs of your cattle, whether you have growing calves, feedlot cattle, yearlings, or beef cows. Dakota Land Feeds has feed consultants across the territory to help serve you. See your local Dakota Land Feeds dealer today.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Quick timeout. Wolsey Wessington going directly to the basket. Missed shot is rebounded by the Vikings, and James Valley Christian trying to get it to the other end. Robinson going to lose it. Picked up by Kendall Utech. So Kendall off the turnover to Shea, just left to the top of the key, looks at three, won't do it, drives. Shot is up and over, but Nelson in on the rebound. She gets tied up, still no whistle, and now a jump ball. Generally, when they get to rolling around on the floor and four arms knotted, that's when you get the whistle, but the ball must have squirted out of there and was left loose for a moment anyway. Midway point of the opening quarter, 7-5 Vikings. They're going to go right back inside to Hood, and a ball knocked away from Addison Knight, and now Utech will force the jump ball the other way. Warbirds will get it back with 3:54 left in the first, trailing 7-5. Inbounds here to Peyton Chemnitz. Chemnitz across the timeline, met by a double team. She'll leave it off to Shea Utecht. Shea's pass tipped, stolen away by Rayana Hood. Hood to the other end. The lefty layup is good. So Hood 5 points to lead all scorers in this one. It's 9-5 Vikings. 3.5 left first quarter. Is Lainey Utecht ready to take it across the timeline, but she knows that double team is coming, and the Warbirds have had some problems with that. McGilvery wants to talk it over. 3:26 to play opening quarter. 9-5 Vikings. We take a break of a minute. A 60-second timeout on KOKK.
Lot of savings. At Olympic Chevrolet Buick GMC in Huron, check out all the year-end savings. Business owners take advantage of huge tax deductions. Lease Buick Encores for only $395 per month. Chevy 1500 Crew Cab save $5,881. GMC 1500 Crew Cab Denali now just $75,513 plus 6.9% financing for 72 months. The 2023's all gotta go. At the new Olympic Chevrolet Buick GMC in Huron. New name, same great service. OlympicGMC.com.
The HRMC Physicians Clinic proudly welcomes the newest addition to their team, General Surgeon Dr. Terry Larson. Dr. Larson brings a wealth of experience and expertise in general surgery, along with a passion for providing exceptional care to his patients before, during, and after surgery. Whether you're in need of a simple procedure or a complex surgery, Dr. Larson is here to guide you every step of the way. Visit hrmcphysiciansclinic.org to schedule an appointment today. HRMC Physicians Clinic, the right care is right here. Welcome, Dr. Larson.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to James Valley Christian School as the Warbirds actually missed a shot coming off the shortest 1-minute timeout in basketball. And James Valley Christian went down and turned it over, so the Warbirds have it back. Here's Nelson, free throw line outside Chemnitz, a 3. That one rims out. Rebound knocked around. Shea Utecht's got a hand on it. Addie Knight got her tied up, and it will go to the Vikings. Looks like changes here for James Valley Christian as they will bring in J.C. Whiff, a 5'7" senior. Vikings back across the timeline, leading 9-5, 2:40 to play opening quarter here, and a turnover as the Vikings, Rihanna Hood throws it cross court, and Robinson thought Gertz had it. Thought Robinson had it, and instead the Warbirds have it. Wolsey Wessington trailing by 4. Peyton Chemnitz just left to the top of the key, dribbles up top, leaves it off to Shea Utecht. Shea off to Kendall. Kendall the drive, shut down low block by Knight. Back outside, Maria Nelson on the wing left side. Shea Utecht top of the key, a handoff to Kendall. Kendall around the horn, working off the screen here. We'll hand it off to Chemnitz. Chemnitz the drive, leaves it off to Nelson last second. Nelson can't finish, and the rebound is out of bounds. And Maria had an opportunity to grab that rebound and had it just go right off the inside of the hand. 9-5, the Vikings lead. 2:05 to play opening quarter. Remember, both games have a girl-boy doubleheader tonight on KOKK. Here at the top of the key is Robinson. Robinson to Gertz, right side, around the horn, Hood on the left side. Now Knight working post, splits a double team, and a couple of free throws coming for James Valley Christian. Actually, that was Addison Bartholow. Wrong Addison there as Bartholow gets ready for a couple of free throws. I think that'll be the first foul of the night on Wolsey Wessington. It'll be Shea Utecht, her first. First free throw for Addison Bartholow is good. Into the double digits go the Vikings, 10-5 the lead. Second free throw is up and rims out, but an offensive board grabbed by J.C. Whiff, and they'll get another look. Oh, and her pass picked off by Utecht. Utecht's pass picked off again. James Valley Christian got it back, and Bartholow was kind of falling out of bounds trying to save it, and they say that she traveled. So all that, Wolsey Wessington will get it back. Shea into Kendall, over to Peyton Chemnitz. Chemnitz across midcourt, right wing, leaves it out to Shea Utecht. Back to Chemnitz. Chemnitz take it to the top of the key. Running the weave. Utecht sees an opening, and the runner is up and in for Kendall Utecht. 10-7, Vikings by 3, minute 20 to play opening quarter, and if the first two games were any indication, probably in for a tight one tonight. Nice move by Addison Bartholow, and she will get it to go off glass. 12-7, Vikings lead back to 5. Minute 5 left opening quarter, and again, both games of a girl-boy doubleheader tonight. Possibly a preview of some games we might see in the next couple of weeks with the 281 starting next Friday, Saturday. Here's the UTEC from the top of the key. Kendall's shot is no good. Rebounded by Whiff. Whiff had it knocked away and almost stolen by Kendall UTEC, but they get it back inside to Hood, and Hood is fouled on the way up, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul here on Wolsey Wessington is Maria Nelson's first, second on the team here in the game so far. Rana Hood will go to the free throw line. Hood with 5 points early on. First free throw will not go. Macy Washachek back in. Timber Hayter will check in for the first time tonight. Hood ready with another free throw. That one is in the air, and that one is good. And she's got a half dozen in the opening 7 minutes of this. Oh, and another steal on the inbounds. That's Robinson, and she'll put it up and in. Hayter off to UTEC. Kendall across the timeline, leaves it off for Washachek. Across the baseline for Shea UTEC. Shea can't hit, rebounded by Robinson. Robinson back across the timeline, wanting to push. Pass inside, Bartholow off the window, too strong. There to clean it up is Robinson. Kaylee's got 4 points, and the lead swells to 10. The inbounds to Shea UTEC. As the Warbirds trying to get something going before the quarter break. The pass is over Shea's head. She picks it up. Fires off a runner. It will not go. So after a quarter of girls hoops, the hometown Vikings up 10, 17-7 on Wolsey Wessington. Back to the studios for a minute, 60 seconds on 1210 KOKK.
Onward Wolsey Business Association supports all activities of Wolsey Wessington School. Onward Wolsey Business Association includes Sandy's Cut and Curl, Santel Communications, Agtegra of Wolsey, Shooter Saloon, Dakota Environmental, H&S Heating and Cooling, Wolsey Wessington School, and the City of Wolsey. Best of luck to the Warbirds from Onward Wolsey Business Association.
American Family Insurance.
I'm an American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller. I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to James Valley Christian School. Matt Watson live tonight on 1210 KOKK. 2 minutes in front of 7 o'clock. You're listening to high school basketball on 1210 AM KOKK in Huron, South Dakota. Wolsey Wessington trailing by 10 after a quarter. And here's Chemnitz fouled on her way to the basket. For James Valley Christian, their first of the second quarter here. It'll be Alexa Gertz, and that's her second. Peyton Chemnitz, couple of free throws here. First is good. The Warbirds early on in this one are perfect from the line. Makes them now 4 out of 4. Second free throw's up and good. 17-9. Vikings lead by 8. 30 seconds into the second quarter here at James Valley Christian School. Vikings off to a nice start. Got some good work inside from the Addisons. There's a ball knocked away. Hooks tipped it over to Chemnitz, and the Warbirds will have it. Kenley Hooks in the game to start quarter 2. Also the UTEX and Chemnitz. Peyton at the top of the key. Leave it back for Shea UTEX. Shea on the drive, draws a double team. Ball knocked away, nearly stolen, tipped into the backcourt by Kendall UTEX, and the Warbirds will recover, but no new shot clock. 10 on the shot clock. Chemnitz, the drive, free throw line jumper, rattles home for Peyton Chemnitz. Boy, that one did not look like it was going to go. Got every bounce available, and that'll cut the lead to 6, 17-11. Here's a three, corner, good for J.C. Whiff. So the Warbirds surge short-lived as the Vikings make it 9 again on the Whiff three. Here's Utech. Kendall inside, back to Shea on the wing right side. Shea up top of the key for Chemnitz. Chemnitz still on the dribble. Now she'll drive, and the lefty good for Peyton Chemnitz. Chemnitz has all 6 of the Warbird points here in quarter 2. 2013, Vikings by 7. We're going to take a quick timeout as they get one on the floor. Let's take a 30-second break, 30 seconds on KOKK.
Hey, all right, sir. What do you want to get for them? 25, 50 to 50 down, 75, 75 down. Meyer Auction Service, LLC is a full-service auction company, family-owned and operated right here in the Huron area. We have our finger on the pulse of the local markets with the ability to reach a worldwide audience. Meyer Auction specializes in farmland, real estate, and online auctions. If you are looking to buy or sell land or want to check out our upcoming auctions, go to benmeyerauctions.com.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Remember, any scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. We'll get you some scoring updates at the halftime here. This girls game moving right along, 20-13. Here's a three by the Vikings. Chris Robinson, no good. Rebound, Knight can't hit the putback. Rebound this time for Kendall Utech. Here's Laney across midcourt, up top for Shea. Back to Kendall on the wing right side. Kendall the drive. Tried to leave it off for Hooks through her hands. Nearly picked up by Utech, but she couldn't quite get a hold of it. And a turnover back to the Vikings. 5:46 left in the first half. A 7-point Viking lead, 20-13. Biggest lead was 10 points at the quarter break, 17-7. Here's Whiff in the corner, inside for Addison Knight. Now Robinson stumbles on the way to the basket, scoops it out to Hood to save possession. Here's Whiff in the corner. She just knocked down that three. Robinson, nice backdoor cut by Whiff, but the defense recovers, and she'll kick it off to Rihanna Hood. Hood on the right wing for Gertz, 9 on the shot clock. Robinson, again backdoor cut. This time Addison Knight will take the short jumper. No good, but an offensive board by Whiff. And they'll get another look. Here's a Robinson three. No good. Another offensive board. It's Hood again. Out to Robinson, and this time they'll reset with 5 minutes to play in the second. 20-13, they're up 7. Addison Knight into Gertz. Out to Gertz, I should say, for three. No good. Kenley Hooks the rebound. Hooks the handoff to Laney Utech, and the Warbirds back with the basketball, down 7, 20-13. Well, the Tigers off tonight, off tomorrow. They're back at it in a doubleheader Saturday afternoon over on 1340 KIJV and Tiger 95. Of course, you can tune in tomorrow morning right here on KOKK. Jeff Duffy give you the scoop on all the action tonight and any upcoming action tomorrow and into the weekend. Here's a three, no good by Shea Utech. Robinson on the board. They had her doubled for a moment, but she finds Gertz. Gertz's pass picked by Hooks. Almost taken back by Knight. Now Utech is in and tied up, and a foul called on Addison Knight. He must have saw something that I didn't see, because it really just looked like they were kind of both had their arms around the ball. Hooks is going to check out of the game. That'll bring Macy Washachek back in. 4:14 left first half, 20-13. Vikings by 7. Wolsey Wessington with the ball after the second foul of the night on Addison Knight. Here's Chemnitz, lobs it over to Laney Utech. Laney back to Peyton at the top of the key. Chemnitz for three, and she got it. Peyton Chemnitz with all 9 of the Warbird points here in the second. And the Vikings lead is down to 4, 20-16. Pass inside. Guess who? Chemnitz there to tie him up. Jump ball will stay with the Vikings. Vikings going to make a change here. As Addison Knight will check out. James Malley will bring in Laney Gertz, a 5'8" 8th grader.
Inbounds, Kaylee Robinson. Robinson to Gertz. Gertz looked at a three, wouldn't pull the trigger. Now over to Alexa. Pass inside. Bartholow to the corner. Here's Alexa Gertz for three. No good. Rebound went off UTEC's knee, but Shea's into Laney's hands. And Laney will end up with it across the timeline. It's Kendall. Kendall UTEC from the free throw line. Drops it inside for Washington, and she traveled. Got kind of tied up there. Addison Bartholow got a hand on the ball as Macy was going to pass it. And just took the extra step. 3:22 left, second quarter, as the run continues here for Wolsey Wessington. They were down 10 at the quarter break. Right now, 20-16. Vikings, though, with the ball. Robinson, right wing, finds Bartholow at the free throw line. Back out, Laney Gertz now in the corner. Robinson, right wing, looks at a long two. She will fire, and it's up and in. Kaylee Robinson with a half dozen. And since that J.C. Whiff three to open the quarter, that's been their only scoring here in quarter number two. 22-16, a 6-point Viking lead, 2:40 to play, second quarter. Stay tuned, halftime show. We'll get you a full scoreboard check. Remember, we got a boys game coming up next. Laney UTEC inside to Washicek. Nice pass, and Washicek is fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line. For the Vikings, it looked like it was on Hood. Oh, no, the other way around, 21. Addison Bartholow, her first. Macy Washicek at the line looking for her first points of the night. First free throw is no good. She'll get ready for one more with 2:35 remaining here in the first half. Second free throw is airborne, off the right iron, and no good. Vikings on the board. Pass ahead to Alexa Gertz. Gertz up top. Robinson shoots it inside to Bartholow. Bartholow's pass tipped, but Gertz finds the handle. Alexa throws up a runner on the baseline. No good, and the rebound is out. Oh, they're going to say it's off Washicek. I think the Vikings are going to have the ball. She said the other way. Yep. Wolsey Wessington thought they were going to get it. Kenley Hooks is going to get back in. Washicek will come out. Lob in top of the key, Laney Gertz. Laney to Alexa, inside Bartholow, not strong enough off the window, and UTEC was there but couldn't secure the rebound. Oh, they're going to let the Warbirds have it. You could see the look on UTEC's face like, oh, that should have been my rebound. And they're going to get it anyway, so might have snuck one out there. 22-16, 6-point James Valley Christian lead, 2:09 to play, second quarter. Vikings 2-3, Wolsey Wessington 1-5. Wolsey Wessington kind of struggling to find their identity. For James Valley Christian, a definite factor early on was strength of schedule. Wow, have they played some good teams. Here's a foul call that's going to send Kenley Hooks to the free throw line. And that foul is on Laney Gertz. That will be her first. First free throw is no good for Kenley, and Hooks will set up for one more. So Warbird started 5 of 5 from the line, then 0 for 3, and now Hooks sinks the second. So that'll make it 22-17, a 5-point Viking lead, and here's a steal, Laney UTEC. So UTEC will come away with this one. Can cut it back to a possession here. Chemnitz on the right wing. Peyton the drive, tied up, and a whistle will go against the Vikings. That'll be 5 on James Valley Christian here in the quarter, so bonus free throw time now. Peyton Chemnitz will get ready to shoot a pair, and Alexa Gertz has picked up her third personal foul. Looks like Coach Robinson will replace her after a Chemnitz free throw. Peyton Gertz will come out. J.C. Whiff is back on. 10 in the quarter, 13 in the game now for Chemnitz, make it 14. And Peyton has scored 11 of the 12 points by Wolsey Wessington here in quarter number 2. 22-19, a 3-point game. Vikings up 3. Kenley Hooks the steal. Hands off to Shea UTEC. UTEC across the timeline for Chemnitz. Chemnitz top of the key. Right wing UTEC the 3, and the tie. No good. Rebound in the paint by the Vikings. Hood on the board. Ahead to Robinson. Robinson fires it down in the corner to Whiff. Whiff nearly lost it and then double dribbled. Broke down the baseline, thought she was in a baseline drive, stopped, hesitated for just a moment, but put both hands on the basketball and back on the floor. The double dribble back to the Warbirds. Changes for James Valley. They brought Addison Knight back in. I saw that. Whiff stays on. Looks like maybe Lainey Gertz came out. Here's a cross-court pass, tipped and knocked out of bounds by Knight. And the Warbirds will inbound. 52 seconds to play in the first half. 18 left on the shot clock. As Shea Utek brings it into Laney, and Laney at the top of the key for the Warbirds. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Hand off to Chemnitz. Chemnitz working off the hook screen. Ball tipped up, slotted out of bounds again. Oh, and she swatted it off of Laney Utek and out of bounds. So the Vikings are going to have it. 22-19. James Valley Christian leads by 3. They had a 10-point lead to open this quarter. Here's Whiff for 3. No good. Shea Utek the rebound. Shea the handoff to Laney. And Laney across the timeline. And now the Warbirds can hold for the final shot of the quarter. No shot clock. 25 left in the first half. 19. The Vikings by 3, and Chemnitz got caught on the travel. Went to do a little spin move there, and defense slid over. Probably would have slapped it away, and well, she just held on to the basketball. So 20 seconds left in the half. Again, no shot clock. 22-19. The Vikings by 3, and Robinson out near the timeline, holding for the final shot of the quarter. Robinson working off a couple screens. Inside for Bartholow. Bartholow shot blocked, but into the hands of Knight. They'll get one last heave by Robinson. No good off the window. And after 2 quarters of girls basketball at James Valley Christian School, James Valley leads Wolsey Wessington 22-19. We'll send it back to the studios here for 2 minutes. We'll have a halftime show in 2 minutes on 1210 KOKK.
Stop into Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey today for some good food, good drinks, and great time. Shooter's has new hours. They're open Monday through Friday, 3 to close, with the kitchen open 4 to 10. Shooter's is now open Saturdays, noon to close, with a lunch special and appetizers available noon to 4. Be sure to follow their Facebook page to find the weekly special and any drink specials they may be having. You can still get all their normal menu items like their delicious ribeye dinner, and of course Shooter's famous homemade pizzas 4 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Make your next stop at Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281. For your crop insurance needs.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Burns Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Burns Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Burns Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Carr Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Carr Chiropractic a try.
Broadcasting. It's halftime.
Halftime in our first of 2. Remember, both games of a girl-boy doubleheader tonight on 1210 KOKK. And, of course, live on the interwebs as well, here on radio.com. You'll see a link there to listen live. You can go to the app stores and search KOKK or KIJV or KJRV. We do have apps for all the stations. Or, again, you can catch them all live online. Go to HuronRadio.com, and right there on the front page, you'll see that link to listen live. And, of course, the good old-fashioned way, 1210 a.m. KOKK, right here in Huron. So halftime of the girls' game. Remember, both games of a girl-boy doubleheader tonight on KOKK. This was a 10-point game after a quarter. 17-7. The hometown Vikings came out, had a nice little flurry at the end of the first quarter to make it 10, and kind of felt pretty good here starting out the quarter. They knocked down a 3 right away, so the largest lead of the night, they came back after after Peyton Chemnitz had a 3-point play. Then James Valley Christian answered with a 3, and that would be almost it for the rest of the quarter. They had one more 2 right at the end of the quarter. Wolsey Wessington would outscore James Valley 12-5 in quarter 2, and we got ourselves a ball game. It's 3 points at the half. James Valley Christian 22, Wolsey Wessington 19. Other girls' scores, scoreboard updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. The Mirror, located 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. They do accept walk-ins. They offer services for the entire family: cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatment, shampoo extensions, hair removal. Stop in or call to get an appointment with Lori, 605-883-HAIR. Or you could also call or text Kylie at 605-553-1628. Again, the Mirror, 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. Mirror bringing us our scoreboard updates. Girls basketball scoreboard: Sanborn Central Woonsocket leading Howard at the half, 28-3. Iroquois Lake Preston leading Dubrook at the half, 26-20. Mobridge Pollock, it's a final. They defeated Miller tonight, 43-30 in girls basketball. Hitchcock, Tulare, and Northwestern waiting to tip off a little bit later, as that is a girls-only game in Tulare. And DeSmet and Arlington, also a girls-only game, and that'll start at 7:30 p.m. in DeSmet. So that's your girls' scores thus far here tonight. We'll see if there's any bold